What's up, guys? We're back here at Season 2 of the StarLeague. Tasteless and Artosis. We just saw some really impressive play there from Maru.
Yes, indeed we did. That was actually a really cool game. My favorite of the night, I would definitely say.
It was cool strats. It was nice execution. I really enjoyed it.
It was definitely the type of game you don't see too often. Starting off that crazy base trade and going into PVZ versus Wings of Liberty.
Yeah, it was. It was like
Wings of Liberty,
two different
PVZ.
games being played there.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into our final match here of Group C. Now, don't forget, we're doing 2 groups today. We're doing Group C and Group D.
Yeah, so don't worry when we're done.
When we're done with this,
awesome
don't
TVP.
turn off the stream.
No.
Stay with us.
If you do that, you're messing up.
You're making a big mistake.
Next group, man, is a crazy one indeed. Another really hard one to anticipate what's going to happen. Yeah,
I have no idea what's going to happen in the next group. So this next match, again, remember, it is a best of 1. This is not Code S where we do best of 3 in this phase. The loser here is out. The winner moves on to the round of 16.
Yeah, and of course you really want to get up there to that round of 16. So far we have 3 Terrans and a Zerg up there.
Yes, that's correct.
So we could, we just had a Zerg go up, so we have now, I guess we have 2 Zergs and 3 Terrans.
I'm gunning for the Protoss, man.
Yeah.
I would love
to see 4 Terrans and 2 Zergs. I'm like, what is this? The GSL?
This is the secret thing we do when we cast these games, because we're both Protoss players, is we steal the builds that we see here. So we want more Protoss games, hopefully. We'll see, though. Here are the results, as you can see so far. Oddly enough, Effort is the first to get eliminated from the group. Yeah. That's weird. Now, we're going on to this next match here. It's going to be on Whirlwind. This is a big open map. It's going to be SOS up against Maru.
All right, well, who do you think actually takes this right now? This is a hard one to call.
I'm confident on this call. I think it's going to be SOS.
I would not be surprised. I think he's definitely the better player here. But Whirlwind can be nasty in some spots.
That's very true. If Protoss start to expand a lot, you can get dropped all over the place.
Yeah.
It's really hard to actually control that situation.
Yes.
But we're going to see. All right. So again, it is a best of 1, new viewers. The loser of this game specifically is out.
O-U-T out.
That's right. And the game's now loaded up, so let's get ready for some more StarCraft 2 action here at GOMTV.net. In Seoul, Korea, where the best StarCraft 2 players in the world reside, to see who will become the champion. In the upper left starting location in the red, we have our crafty Protoss player. He is
Master Wongjin Stars SOS.
And in the opposite starting location, down here in the bottom right, young but deadly, he is
Master Maru Prime.
What's up, Artosis?
Well, what's up is I'm about to watch SOS play a PVT, so that always puts me in good mood. He is a really talented player in this
He's one of my favorite players to cast, actually, because he's got so many cool strats.
Yeah. I would say on this map, I think he's going to play a pretty standard game overall.
Yeah, I got to agree with that.
Yeah,
No fancy stuff here.
No, I think he'll probably go, a fast expansion, grab the Robo for a couple of observers and a Warp Prism, and go into Templar Tech. It's something that fits his style. It's something that currently is a very strong strategy. I think that's going to be a good choice here.
Yeah. I got to agree with that.
But
I think the key for SOS to win here is for him to have solid defense. Mm-hmm. Occasionally we see Terrans who just drop a little bit too much. And, drop harass, no matter what race you are, it's a double-edged sword, because if the medevacs are picked off before they can get anything out or do any damage, you're just giving away units.
That's very true.
So, at least for me, when I play on this map, I basically I defend. I got a ton of observers.
Mm-hmm.
Always go for early robo.
I'll get 4 or 5 observers.
Yeah, no, I'll do the same thing. I will literally do that.
It hurts a little bit because of your gas, but
at least you know what's coming at you. Yeah. Well, all right, so the Nexus goes down here.
An interesting set of builds here. Maru went for a quick Reaper, which you can never really call bad on any map. And especially because Whirlwind is a map where a lot of Protosses will still go Nexus first, but this is a nod towards the fact that a Reaper opening can be very powerful against a Nexus first. He's actually gone Gateway Gas Nexus, which isn't uncommon for SOS anyways, but it's definitely going to help out against this Reaper, which would otherwise get a lot of probe kills.
Yeah. Now, the Reaper builds are almost a little bit more effective if you're in closer spots, just because you might be able to get some more kills.
Yeah. And, you know, the fact that he's chasing this probe back and the probe gets to actually see everything in the whole world ever. Oh, my God.
Yeah, there's no secrets there, man.
Wow. Well, that's... I mean, that was a good scout.
Actually, I wouldn't have even chased that with the Reaper. It was pretty clear once you saw it going over there, it's going to make it inside the base, right?
Like, it is, but do you wait for a Marine to kill it? Like,
well, here's the thing. He can actually deflect the Reaper now.
Yeah, the Reaper isn't going to do anything.
Yeah, but now he has no idea what the hell's going on, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's
a tough call,
It is.
It really is.
I don't know either way, man. Well.
Oh, wow. Do you remember Tasis' blue sideburns? Will we ever see them return to StarCraft? Round of 16. Well, first of all, my hair was all blue. It wasn't just the sideburns.
It wasn't just your sideburns?
I've actually had...
That would be really weird if you just dyed your sideburns blue.
No. That wouldn't be cool. But
Michael, what's wrong, sideburns? Are you sad?
I've had my hair pink, purple, blue, red. I've had a mohawk, short mohawk, big mohawk. But no, I have no.
Was a big mohawk just because you didn't get a haircut for a while after the short mohawk?
That's actually true.
Yeah. No, I knew as soon as you said that, I'm like, okay, you're stretching. This is not true.
No, I just hadn't had a haircut for a while, and I was like, all right, it's time to get a mohawk. No, I think I may color my hair again. I think I'm going to go for jet black, maybe with like a hue.
Yeah, you do that
sometimes. Of purple.
I think you should do the hue of purple.
You know, the ladies see me, they're like, well, he's kind of an out there guy, you know. He's kind of a dangerous guy. That's what they think, man.
That's what they think. Then they see me and you together, they're like, is he bringing his juvenile brother somewhere? Like, their mom wants him to escort him to school today?
Oh, you're so funny, Artosis. All right, well, it looks like he did get map control now of that watchtower. Now, in cross spots on this map, the watchtower matters a lot. Mm-hmm. If you're both hugging like the right side of the map or the left side of the map, it doesn't matter as much because it's not like no matter what default the army, if you were to right click to their base, would go by that.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
oh my God, he got by. No, he didn't.
That's a Reaper taste. So those things are so fast.
They are.
Well, let's take a look at the builds real quick. This really does look like exactly the build I was talking about for SOS because he's throwing down that Forge, and we should probably see a Twilight coming up pretty soon here. As far as Maru goes, he's going straight. He went for the very quick eBay, and that means he can get 1-1 really quite quickly.
Yeah.
And, of course, he's going right up to Medivacs with double Tech Lab so he can get his combat shields and stim really quick.
This build, by the way, that SOS doing is basically the same thing I do.
Yeah, it's a very good build.
It's very good, yeah.
The Forge, pretty quick, but he saw the build of his opponent, so he knew he'd be safe.
Yeah.
So everything looking very good, very standard for both these players here. Just both of them making small adjustments here and there based on what they've scouted. And, ooh, he's actually going to go Colossus Tech.
Okay.
Now, it's hard to say whether he's going to stay on Colossus.
Do you think he could throw up a bunch more gates and do one of those 2-base timing builds?
He could. He could. The Forge would be a little bit weirder of a choice then. Like, it's not bad to have upgrades, but it definitely alters the timing quite a bit. And if you want to go for, a Colossus all-in, you generally want to get the Colossus out so quickly that they can't possibly have Vikings and Medivacs.
Yeah.
So, or in any big number. So I would actually say I don't think so. Yeah, he's going for that Nexus. So he'd probably go up to 2 Colossi. That's going to be my guess here.
Yeah, this is, for those of you guys that are less experienced players, it is a really good technique to sometimes just get 1 or 2 Colossi, because it's hard for the Protoss to gauge how many Colossi you're making. And then, here's the reason why that actually matters, is that the Medivac and the Viking come from the same building. So sometimes you just make 1 Colossi, and Protoss has now made 8 Vikings.
Yeah.
Vikings are not, I mean, they can land on the ground and attack stuff, but that doesn't mean that they're good in that situation. So
no, they're really quite bad in that situation.
They're actually quite terrible in that situation. So you could end up making them overmake Vikings, so you're going to win a ground fight, plus Terran has less Medivacs.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it is time for the action to pick up Tasis. 3 bases for SOS right now. And Maru, he's basically got all his upgrades, as you can see. He's taking his 3rd, but he's got his Medivacs out. He's got his stim done. He's got 1-1 upgrades. His combat shield is actually slightly late here, but this is where you're going to see him start trying to drop.
All right, and as you say that, Artosis, we are about to see that happen. Now, some Protoss players do this, others don't. Oh, I love that cannon there.
It's quite nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
And it's not just that; he's got this observer watching for it, and he's got some well-placed observers.
He's ready.
Overall.
He's completely prepared.
Yeah, I would say so. All right, so now it is time to see, can he get any damage done? Because right now, SOS is, I mean, this is a very solid play that we're seeing from him. His Twilight Council is lined up to keep his upgrades going. He's about to have 2 Colossus with range. He has a Warp Prism out in the map. Everything's looking really good for him.
All right, he picks up with that Warp Prism. Nobody really able to damage the other guy in this situation so far.
Yeah.
Okay, but this could be the beginning of something here. Good call here, going for the Nexus right now, realizing Protoss is out of position. It's getting lower half health.
Very nice attack indeed.
It's gone.
That is a huge kill, and in the meantime, we do have another attack running up here. And in fact, he's not splitting very well against this with just 1 Colossi. He could go snipe that, but instead he's going for the Robo.
Good.
Oh, that's a big kill right there, and he's going to be able to get out easy.
Yep, he picks up, and goodbye. Whoop.
A little bit greedy on going back there, but he does get out, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Now, he killed the Robo that was making a Colossus, and he killed a Nexus. Maru is well ahead right now.
Yeah,
he's in a very
correct.
strong spot, and you can see that because SOS just lost economy, and he's adding 5 gates. This is because he can't spend any more money on Colossus. He's in a terrible spot. He needs to get a lot of units out. This is
bad. Actually, I think he's going to do an all-in. No, he's not, actually. Excuse me.
You know, he might go for an attack. It's hard to say, man. This is a very bad spot, though. That's the one thing you can be sure of.
All right, some harass here. This is just keeping Maru from attacking him more, which is good. Zealots in this matchup are the most expendable units.
Oh, certainly.
By far.
They really are. That's why you see a lot of people getting that Warp Prism so early.
That's why you see people get armor first, because the Zealots just there to sponge up damage.
It's the most important upgrade in the matchup.
Yep, absolutely is. Storm on the way now. You know, I really feel like Maru should have gotten a Viking a while ago and just killed off that Warp Prism.
Yeah, he's getting it right now.
Yeah.
But you're completely right. Like, you want to get that as quickly as possible, but at the same time, you want enough medevacs to be able to do what we just saw him do. Which
That's very true, too.
Snipe a bunch of stuff and just get ahead in that way.
All right, here we go again. Or not. Okay, now we're going to see it. He's going to drop over here.
Now, he is going to go for that drop tasteless, but this attack that's incoming, this is a lot of units. It has Hellbats mixed in as well. Psystorm not quite done yet.
Yep.
And look at this. He's leaving a big arc, so there's no way to really defend that.
Yep.
And in fact, look
nice
at that.
back up. Baited those force fields out. Now he's the boss has to step on that.
Yeah. He's trapped up there.
This actually maybe the point of no return here.
And that Nexus is going to fall tasteless.
Oh,
Again,
yeah.
he gets to third base. And SOS is... He's in such a terrible spot, I cannot overstate what a bad spot this is for him. But he has Psystorm, so he still has a chance. And here we go, the Psystorm's going down. Very good Psystorms indeed. But Maru does have a lot of medevacs to heal with.
Yeah, he actually still has more Psystorms to come, but Maru just regroups, and, you know, that's that. The Warp Prism harass has ended. I think we're about to see SOS go out of this group, Artosis, and out in the bad way, not in the good way.
We could. But he does have a proxy pylon down there. He does have a good army. And he has Psystorm against a player that has no ghosts.
Yes.
So there's always the chance that maybe he can kill off a big chunk of the army with some good Psystorm, something like that, and then recover from there.
I would say this is one of these games where Maru has to make a mistake, not SOS has to make a brilliant play.
Yeah, I think that is a good way to put it. Now Maru continuing to keep pressure on, and rightfully so. He does have that watchtower in the center. And as long as he puts on that pressure, he's going to see the army and know where the main army is. But we do have a nice counter pressure here, counter harassment, in fact, from SOS down to the third base.
Yeah, this is exactly what SOS needs to do. But Maru does not seem to be too impressed with this. In fact, it looks like Maru's camping outside of SOS's base and going to wait for the third Nexus to finish so he can just kill it off again.
If he gets that again.
This is one of these weird things you can do in Starcraft 2 is when you're really ahead, you can just let their expansions finish. If you know you win the fight,
sure,
and you kill it instead of just letting them cancel.
Well, here we go. He's doing a drop here into the main base, knowing where the army is.
Whoa, that was a good storm.
Yeah, it seriously was.
Oh, man, he's going to get the Cybernetics core.
This is painful because, look, this drop gets to do damage because he doesn't bring the rest of his army back because he can't, because he has to block that third base from dying again.
Yeah.
Maru is pulling him all over the place.
Maru's playing very well.
Yeah.
I'll be blown away if SOS can recover from this.
He's playing him like a kazoo right now, Tasteless.
Yeah. Now we have the Terran army coming over here. Now, nice fanned out arc here for the Terran army, making these storms not really optimizable. And it looks like, yep, just barely. No, wait a minute, these Zealots are going to come in here. That could change everything.
And that Immortal definitely doing a lot of damage, but down goes just about everything. And with that army falling, so do fall the chances of SOS advancing.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine Maru truly losing from here. He's actually got 10 medevacs and 5 Vikings out against a player with so little splash damage. And he's even starting to make ghosts in the second here.
Yeah.
Or he will start. He does have the Ghost Academy.
Oh my God, he's going to get the Nexus again. I've lost count. How many times has this thing died?
That's the third time.
The third time, right? Okay.
Yeah, straight up kills, not even cancels. So that's really, really painful. Well, this is one of the reasons why I was suggesting in theory crafting that SOS would actually go for Templar-based play as opposed to Colossus-based play.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder when those early pushes come out to defend 3 bases on this map with Colossus. You need more units with the Colossus. It's less mobile. The High Templars sometimes can be a little bit more helpful in getting that 3rd base up.
All right, again, some more Zealot harass here. I just don't see anything that SOS can really do to recover. I like what he's doing by sending these Zealots to attack the expansion, but it's just not. I mean, Maru seems to be more than prepared to handle that.
Yeah. Well, 4th base is coming up right now, and this is exactly the way that Maru needs to play. You may be looking at that and saying, well, you have so much more supply, why don't you go and attack? Well, Maru's a smart kid. He knows that when he gets ahead, he needs to then go ahead and get more ahead.
Exactly.
And this is exactly how to do it. By putting down that extra base, he makes sure that even if he loses a battle, he has a better economy than his opponent.
Yeah, basically, when you get this far ahead, guys, it's actually your opponent's problem to figure out how to win, not yours.
Yeah.
You just keep expanding and making stuff and slowly bury that nerd under your sick economy and good army and upgrades and completed tech tree, everything.
Yeah. He's... At this point, he is going to bury SOS. Tasteless, probably 6 feet under the dead Zerg that's already out of this group.
Yeah. So, again, Zealot's coming in here just trying to stall out. Maru's already prepared. SOS moving out. This could be a trap here, though, for Maru.
I do have to say I like what SOS is trying to do to come back. He's making a unit composition that is one that Maru shouldn't have as much practice against.
Yes.
And is very powerful in its own right. Charge Lot, Archon, High Templar, and, of course, Immortals. And those can combo very well together. The thing is, they have a common enemy, and it's called EMP. And there's 11 ghosts out. So it's going to be very hard. Like, if there were no EMPs, he might be able to do something with this army and kill off the army of his opponent. But those EMPs are going to be so frightful.
All right, now this is something that's very hard for the Protoss to deal with because there's going to be a big arc out here. It's going to be bigger than this screen can capture. Yeah. And it looks like SOS is aware of that. So he's running, and this is the right thing to do.
Ooh! Those were good feedbacks and some nice runaway storms.
Yeah.
Good job. And you know what? He's continuing to harass. SOS is fighting back better than you almost see any Protoss do. He's really being smart about how he's doing
I'm really impressed with how he's playing, actually.
Yeah. Like Maru has a lead that you won't see many top Terrans lose with, even against a PvT expert like SOS. But the way that SOS is trying to come back, I love it.
All right,
whoa.
Nice feedback there.
I love this. Oh, my God. The fact that he is focusing on feedbacks is so intelligent because, again, that is what is wrong with his army is that EMPs are going to be too powerful.
Yeah.
So to focus on that is great. It gives his army a much better shot. And look at that. He's starting to kill more ghosts, too.
SOS getting back into this. Look at the supplies. It's 180 to 161.
It certainly is. And even though he does lose that Colossus, don't forget that the rest of his army is going to do very well, especially against the Marauders here with that many Immortals.
All right, he's coming in here now. And, well, it's hard to call this one. It looks like they actually both backed off there. You know, the Protoss army doesn't really have enough Zealots, so he's trying to get some more up here.
Yeah.
And the Colossus does finally go down. This is a lot of Immortals, though, to take on. Immortals very strong. Definitely should not have landed a Viking on the ground against those Immortals. That was a little weird.
Yeah. But, well, that's it, Tasteless. You know, this was a great way to try to fight back, but he's lost every expensive unit. So now he's sitting at home with 1 High Templar, 1 Colossus, and 2 Zealots. And just against the sheer macro power of Maru, because he did put up that 4th base, that's going to be... I mean, I don't know how you get up to the army that you need now. Protoss can't lose that type of army in the late game.
Well,
without a huge
the army
economy.
that Protoss had is too complex to just insta-remake.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's good for Terran in these situations. You can actually remake all these units that you see right here. You can remake the exact army composition you want right away. Protoss can't.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder. You have to increment out of the...
Even the order in which you make the army is pretty tricky.
Yeah, like you have to increment out of the robotics, and then also you have to realize that Protoss builds its army through the game because it's so gas-focused.
That's very well said.
And right now, it's like, well, he's been spending all his gas all game making this army, and then as soon as you lose it, it's a lot harder to get back, whereas it's a little bit more mineral-based from Terran.
Yep, that's very true. All right, and we're on number 4. If I had a punch card for every time this Nexus was taken out...
Well, you'd have 4 punch cards, but if you had a stamp on your punch card or a punch on your punch card...
I have had a stamp on my
you'd have a free coffee right now.
I would have something, man.
Yeah.
Free cupcake, something like that. Well, SOS is proving today that he is very resilient, but he's not proving that he can recover from his stuff so far, you know?
Ooh, some nice getaway storms there. You know, the thing is, he's not mining except long distance. And...
Oh, yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah, his second is all dried up.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a matter of time before he has to end up leaving the game. You know, he made it more of a game than what it even should have been, really.
Yeah.
Which is awesome to see, but Maru has certainly outplayed.
I don't even know if Maru's using mules right now. He's been scanning every single second. He actually sees exactly what SOS is doing.
Well, at this point, why even make mules? He has enough SCVs. He has enough economy.
He's got the lead anyways. GG.
And that is that.
SOS is a tough guy to take out.
Yeah. And you know what? This gives us another Terran advancing to the round of 16.
Yeah.
And no Protoss quite yet, Tasteless. No builds for you to steal quite yet.
No, not quite yet. You know, I think SOS did the right build, but Maru just had better execution, you know?
You know, and it's weird because SOS just got 2nd place in the season finals of WCS. He got top 4 in the GSL Kodas. Obviously an amazing Protoss going out very early here. But this is what can happen, man. People get to study your games, and they are practicing as hard or harder than you are.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious to see how far Maru's going to go. I feel like Maru is similar to Keen and Kodas, where it's like, clearly he's very good, but will he ever be a champion? I don't know.
I give him a better chance than Keen at being champion.
Really?
Yeah, Keen I see as a different breed of Terran player. Maru is a young up-and-coming, and yeah, Keen is young, but he's a very stylistic Terran.
Keen knows how to win, that's for sure.
That is for sure.
All right, we're going to go to the interview now and see what Maru's thoughts are now that he's advanced the round of 16.
Today it's Maru. Super young guy. He's actually the youngest, yeah, in fact. That is true.
기대하시는 분들이 조성 선수 이번에도 가능할 것인가라는 얘기가 있었는데 좀 부담은 안 됐나요, 혹시?
저희 팀에 저만 올라와가지고 좀 많이 부담됐는데 이렇게 이기게 돼서 좀 더 높이 올라가야 될 것 같아요.
And Maru says, regardless of age, he's had a lot of kind of pressure on his, on himself because he's the only one who made it through from his team. But he's glad he's able to move on to the round of 16, and he hopes he can continue to bring better results to represent all of his team rather than just himself.
아직 그 정도까지는 아닌 것 같고 더 열심히 해야 될 것 같아요.
이게 조성주 선수는 제가 이제 준비를 해오면서
admits himself that he definitely needs a lot more work. His play is not completely clean.
결과를 보여주지 못했다. 네, 그래서 지난 시즌은 김민철에게 2번지는 안타까운 대진운이었다라고 생각이 들지만 이번 시즌은 단단히 좀 준비를 해와야지 결과를 낼 수 있을 것이라 생각을 한다. 라고 이제 제가 준비를 해왔는데 단단히 준비해온 것 같습니다.
네, 좀
So, Maru, people were wondering if he would come prepared to kind of face off against the best of the best, but he says, yeah, he definitely practiced super hard. Tried to bring his best today. Of course, he already said he needs a lot more improvement, but he prepared for this day, and it definitely shows moving on to the round of 16.
긴장감이 좀 많이 올라갔을 것 같은데 거기에 대해서는 어떻습니까?
오늘 현우 형이 같이 왔는데
네.
좀 많이 긴장감 풀어주고 하셔가지고
어떻게 풀어주는 거야?
And so,
말라고 긴장.
사실
and he's been super nervous, and they're like, so how do you cope with that? He's like, well, they tell me not to be nervous, and so I'm no longer nervous. The words of wisdom.
I'm glad it's so easy.
It's super easy, guys. Now we all know the secret.
Just don't be.
좀 위험한 순간이 있었죠.
네.
무리하다가
I think he's more nervous for the interview, in fact, right now than he was for the games.
말씀드린 바와 같이
like
예전부터
Scared to make eye contact with anyone.
많이 보였다라고 평가를 받는 선수인데 자 그렇기 때문에 오늘 아까 전에 저희가 경기 전에 그런 말씀을 드렸어요. 조성주 선수가 지금 연맹 최초로 16강전에 진출하는 것만으로도 연맹 선수 전체의 동기부여에 큰 도움이 될 수 있을 것이다. 이런 얘기를 드렸던 것이 전반적으로 사실상 그 프라임팀도
so
팀이라는 얘기가 있었고 그것을 지금 조성주 선수가 이끈다는 얘기.
There's a lot of kind of talk in kind of what this means also for the ESF.
거기에 대해서는 좀
especially him moving on to the round of 16.
잘 모르겠는데.
And they're like, so we're talking about the symbolism in that. Amaru's like, I don't know. Too young to comment on the symbolism and the bigger picture of esports. Just plays for the game.
붙을 수 있을까 이 선수하고 만날 수 있을까라는 선수들이 이제 대거도 포진되어 있는 16강전 경기거든요. 목표가 있다면 어떤 위치가 있을까요?
최대한 높이 올라가고 싶은.
그럼 혹시 꼭 만나보고 싶은 선수가 있다면 누가 있을까요?
I feel like his
이승현 선수.
age definitely shows because he's like,
선수 이유가 있다면요?
그냥 동갑이라서.
and he says, we're like, oh, what's your goal for the tournament? And Maru's like, I just want to go as high as possible. No, he's not like, I'm gonna win the championship. He's like, I just want to go as high as possible.
감독님께도 한 말씀 해주셔야죠.
제가 여기까지 오게 된 게 감독님 때문인 것 같아서 감사드린다고
And
말하고 싶어요.
a huge thanks to his coach, of course, giving back. I think that it's on his behalf that Maru was able to make it to the stage. A huge stage, really, moving on in the round of 16, or to the round of 16.
응원해주셔서 감사드려요.
And again, the same thanks to the fans for cheering him on. Once again, guys, that is it for Group C here at the Yongsan Esports Stadium. I'm going to throw it back to Doa and Monte Cristo.
What's up, guys? We're back. It was a cool interview. I was really... he's so cute, man. He's got right to the chase.
He is. I love when they ask him the political kind of semi-loaded question. He's like, I don't know.
I know, it's so funny.
Like, of course you don't know, Maru. You just play Starcraft.
We're going to go to a short little break, but when we come back, we're going to go on to Group D here in the Season 2 StarLeague. Stay tuned.